it. So the St George-Illawarra Dragons preview is coming up. As Fletch, as you like to say, you have to go back before you go forward. So let's go back in time. The 2023 review. How many wins do you reckon the Dragons had?
5.
Yep.
Bang.
5. Big job for Coach Flanagan. He's going to join us in about half an hour or so. So look forward to catching up with Flano, who did turn things around in a major hurry at the Sharkies, commencing from 2011. Here's the arrivals for the Dragons. Hame Sele comes back to the club. Good player. Very good player, Hame Sele. Raymond Fatala Mariner and Kyle Flanagan arrive at the club from the Bulldogs. Jesse Marshke from the Roosters. He provides depth at hooker. Corey Allen, who also signed from the Roosters, but he's injured an ACL in pre-season. And Tommy Eisenhuth comes up for the Melbourne Storm. Departures, Jaden Sullivan got a 4-year contract with the West Tigers. Billy Burns snapped up by the Sharks. Tau Monga retired. Oh, has he? That was
Yeah, last week.
Oh, that's a shame.
He didn't do his knee again, did he?
No, I think
he just had enough.
Yeah, just called it.
Geez, he was starting to hit his straps too, and there was so much spruik around. He was going to be a champion player. Moses Mbai and Zane Musgrove headed to the Super League. So net, Brian, what do you make of their acquisitions?
Yeah, I know they went after a few. That's what happens to these lower ranked teams. But again, when we're talking about these teams, they've got to fix their defence. So 30 points a game, they're leaking. That's where the problem is, because all teams, as I mentioned yesterday with the Tigers, you can get all the attack in the world, but you've got to concentrate on your defence. And I think some of these teams, having Flano there, is going to be great for St George, Illawarra Dragons, because he's a defence-orientated coach.
Yes.
You need to have that. When they don't have their attack flowing, Ben Hunt, again, he's going to be he's the man there. Like if he gets injured, or it could get a little bit ugly.
When does his contract expire, Brooks?
He's got one more year left.
Yeah, 1 year as in this is his last year.
Yes, yeah, this is his last year.
Okay, so that's why the noise is now gone.
Yeah.
He's turned up, he's committed.
Yep.
Yeah, big year for Benny Hunt. Zac Lomax.
Yeah.
What position is like Zac Lomax? We'll ask Shane Flanagan shortly, but what do you
Right
believe?
centre.
Yeah.
The left centre didn't work. I don't know what was going on
Well,
with
they moved him from the right because he had this compulsive flick pass.
Yeah. He's still only a baby too.
Yeah.
He's like 24, 25.
Sorry, Ben Hunt, 25. So
End of
at
25.
the end of this year, he can negotiate for 2026. So that was the big thing. They wanted to lock him down, extend him, but he sort of started going, look, I might want to go back to Queensland for family reasons, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a big year for him because he might just want to go next season.
I hear they've got the gun juniors coming through that are 17, 18, 19. Probably not ready for but I'm hearing there's a 4 or 5 of them that are definite first graders.
Yeah, both in the boys and the girls, the Illawarra particularly, in particular that side of things, I've heard the same thing.
Yeah, I've heard all the best kids. These 4 kids, I don't offhand, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But a mate of mine told me, who's in this game, like recruitment, said they're probably 2 or 3 years away, and they don't want to have to put them in early. You know, you got to be patient enough to say, because it can ruin kids.
Yep.
But they got 4 or 5 of that are just absolute guns.
There's a kid in Gerringong, Hayden Buchanan, who's in the Steelers. I think he's jersey flag. Killed it. There was highlights from a Canberra game where he just tore through, went around the fullback. He's playing in Group 7 with Gerringong. They won the Group 7. And I think that's where the strength lies in St George Illawarra. You've got the Illawarra League. You've got Group 7 as well. You've got these young guys that can play these shorter competitions like SG Ball, Junior Harold Matthews, Jersey Flag, but then they can play against men. It's similar to what the American basketballers foregoing college coming to the NBL because they earn their stripes there. The question is, I don't think the Dragons have really kept those juniors and they've lost them. Like we lost Ruben Garrick, they let Jackson Ford go. We saw Jason Saab go as well. Like guys that have gone on, kicked on and shown their potential at other teams. But it's keeping those young guys that are coming through. because there is a nice platform there. And I haven't even talked about the St. George area, which has a decent competition as well, and good high schools where the juniors are coming through. There is no reason why the Dragons should be so low on the ladder and have been for the last few years, because they've got all this young talent at their disposal in 3 areas, being the South Coast, Illawarra and St. George region.
Are you worried about the sharing of the grounds? Are you just a believer of let's just lock in either WIN?
Yeah, I would
Kogarah?
like that. The crowds have been good for WIN recently.
Yeah.
And yes, there is weather and there's parts of seasons that they've been, because they sort of bookend the season, whether it's Kogarah or WIN, and then pack the games in the middle at one stadium, which is generally Origin time, and there's players missing and it's bad weather. But I think, honestly, as an old Steelers fan, I don't mind if they play at Kogarah. I understand the relevance there. It's good, like maybe just one game down at WIN, wear the Steelers jerseys, have a Steelers Old Boys Day, all that sort of palaver. But I think they need to just pick a ground and stay there.
I look for this every year, and I cannot believe they do this, right?
Derby.
Why are the Dragons hosting the Sharks in Wollongong?
I don't understand
How
either.
stupid is that, Brian?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the fault of the club or the NRL, but why? And it happens more often than not. St. George-Illawarra versus the Sharks, that one game has to be at Jubilee.
Well, and it's just like the Anzac Day game. Like that, they realise that works.
Yeah.
Is it because of maybe the stadium's not ready? Like,
No, but even Allianz would be a better option.
No, it's
than
not that.
WIN.
Sorry, it's not because of that. Because 2 weeks earlier, there's another game which I agree with. This should also be there. Netstrata Jubilee, Dragons versus the Bulldogs. So that's a couple of weeks earlier.
right.
The Sharks game has.
Sorry,
to be.
sorry, not the Shark. I was thinking the
Points
Shark
bet,
Park.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I think Allianz, like as an old Steeler fan, I think Allianz is a better option than WIN for that game. Like I would go Kogarah, Allianz, WIN. I would love to see 35,000 people at Allianz watching a Sharkies Dragons game than see 16,000 at WIN.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great for the club to develop another rivalry like the Anzac Day game and have it at a big stadium. There's Sharkies and Dragons fans everywhere that can get in. But
But you're hosting the Dolphins at in Jubilee, right?
Yeah.
Also, from a club point of view, wouldn't you want them travelling further from the airport anyway?
Yes.
So
good call.
So why don't you trade fishes?
Yes.
Trade fish. Send the dolphin down to Wollongong. Bring the shark back up the Kogarah. Don't you reckon?
I agree.
Because Dolphins, you know what they like doing.
Oh.
But they've got to work. I tell you what,
They can go down there for enjoyment, Brian.
Yes.
they've got to work on their away game record.
0.
0 wins away. That should be a focus. That should be a focus.
Yep.
Just say, righto, we're okay at home. What, 50% at home? What do they got? Wins 5 out of.
Well, they would have got 5 out of 12. Yeah.
So work on that. Have little goals. I'm sure Flano will be all over this. Zac Lomax, getting back to Zac Lomax. I know there's been calls for him to play fullback. I'm going to ask Flano. I'm not scared.
No.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
He's another plumber.
Who's the breakout player, Brian? Who's the Dragon who you see? Ooh, he's had a big year when we review this at sort of October next year, end of this year.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Now, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say Kyle Flanagan.
Yep.
He'll be 25 now. I do think he'll end up as a hooker.
But he's been a first grader for the whole year and established himself.
I think that he will surprise a few people.
Okay.
He's at that age now where you got to say, righto, my brain's fully formed. I'm 25. I've been in first grade for 4 or 5 years now. I need to aim up.
And you got Hunt there.
Hunty.
Combo. Toby Couchman's good too.
Yeah.
Good rookie season. Played pretty much the whole year. They'll put him on, I think they'll put him in the middle.
Yep.
They're a bit thin there.
What about Billy Burns?
Gone to Cronulla.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, minimum deal too.
I thought that what I saw of him, he had something.
He came on well back end of the year.
Yeah.
Starred in the New South Wales Cup team.
What's the knock on him? Defence. It always is.
Good.
If you're getting let go, it's your defence.
Sione for now. I reckon he might have a bit of a breakout, the young winger.
Debuted against the Warriors. Got
injured.
an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Contesting a high ball. Yeah.
Correct. I think he might do
Looks
well.
good.
How many wins for the year can you see, Brian? 5 last year. Flanagan comes in
7.
7. So still not knocking on the door.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, I reckon Flano might surprise a few. Cam Sanchez says bottom 4. Julian King, JK's a Dragon. Zac Lomax, top point scorer.
Well, I'd imagine Kyle will kick.
Oh,
Kyle got a bit.
Zachary. I reckon
You reckon Zachary?
Yeah.
Go to the videotape then. What's their record?
okay. I'll do
They might have a
exactly
kickoff.
that. Former legends chimed in. He said, spoiler alert, no good.
Who?
He might have if he's saying just simply no good, he might have a little burner account.
Yes.
Terry,
The elephant.
what was his name? Theodopoulos.
Yes.
Oh,
No good.
He's just no good.
urinating.
Yeah, elephant in the
urinator.
room.
Legs
I asked my wife about that the other day. I said, have you ever been out with me in my younger days and I've been les kissing out? She says, no, I haven't heard it. She said, you're a pig of a man, but I don't think you've ever done that. Former front rower, however, that I used to play with, big on it. Big on the pot plant go.
Really?
When he just got too pissed.
Yeah, to play on.
Not really. You can't urinate in a pot plant.
Oscar music, please, says Brandon. Steel a Nation. Jaden Sullivan was an absolute top junior.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I said to my mate. I said, I've heard this a million times before. And he says, no, this is his business. Mm-hmm. He said these four kids are legitimate first graders.
Just need there's been too many off-field stuff with the Dragons over the last 5-6 years. They just need to not have that stuff happening off the field. Like you think about it, like COVID last year, previously
Barbecue,
barbecue.
hiding under beds.
Yes.
Hey Brian, I've got the goal kicking percentage for you.
Okay,
Who are you guessing has the best record?
I'm saying Kyle,
Right,
because-
roughly how much percent?
74,
And what do you got for Zachy?
71.
Okay, now they're both higher.
Oh, good.
Zach's coming off his worst season though, 67%. But he's at 75. Kyle's 77.65.
Boom.
Coming off 80, almost 83.
I rest my case, Your Honour.
Yeah, your case rested. They're handy numbers, aren't they? It's coming off 83.
Shouldn't you be kicking at 80?